Today we're talking about equations with variables on both sides. So let's start with an example. If we have 6x plus 3 is equal to 8x minus 21. When we are solving an equation, the goal is to isolate the variable. We want the variable by itself. So because we have the variable on both sides of the equation, let's start by taking the variable to one side. So we have to use inverse operation. So if we have a positive 8x, we're going to subtract 8x from both sides. 6x minus 8x, negative 2x, plus 3 is equal to negative 21. So now we have the variable on one side only. We have to solve the... So let's subtract 3 from both sides. The inverse operation of plus 3 is minus 3. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So negative 2x is equal to negative 24. Now we're not done here. We still don't have the x by itself. What's the inverse operation we need to use here? Division. The inverse of multiplication is division. What you do to one side, you do to the other. X is equal to 12. In solving this same equation, we could have also began by sending 6x to the right side. In other words, subtract 6x from both sides. So 3 would be equal to 2x minus 21. And if we add 21 to both sides, we end up with 24 is equal to 2x. And we can divide both sides by 2. 12 is equal to x. Should we get the same answer either way? Yes. So either way would work. If we solve 2 times c minus d is equal to 9c plus 2. Before we get started, we have to use the distributive property. So we have 2c minus 12 is equal to 9c plus 2. Now we have the variable on both sides of the equation, and we can choose to take the variable to either the left side or take the variable to the right side. Either way would be the same thing. I'm going to choose and take the variable to my left side. So I'm subtracting 9c from both sides. Negative 7c minus 12 is equal to 2. So we still don't have the variable by itself. We still have to solve for that. That means we have to add 12 to both sides. That's the inverse operation. Negative 7c is equal to 14. Still need to have the variable by itself. The inverse operation would be divide by negative 7, divide by negative 7. This means that c is equal to negative 2. Did anybody work it out the other way? Taking the variable to the left? Yes. You did? And did you get the same answer? Yes. Solve 7k minus 4 equals 5k plus 16 on your own, and we'll check in a little bit. Check your answer. Any questions? solve 9 plus 5x is equal to 7x plus 9 minus 2x. So before we begin, we have to combine the like terms on the right side of the equation. So we have 9 plus 5x is equal to 5x plus 9. Okay. It's an identity. Why? 9 plus 5, not in the same order, but that's okay. 9 plus 5 is the same thing. 9 plus 5x is the same thing as 5x plus 9. This is an identity. What does it mean to be an identity?
Any number
has infinitely many solutions. Any number can be a solution. What happens if you don't recognize that this is an identity? And we start solving. So I start solving, and this cancels out to a 0x, right? Which means the same thing as 0. I end up with 9 is equal to 9, no variable. I know that my answer is an identity. Questions. 6m minus 5 is equal to 7m plus 7 minus m. So we have to begin by combining like terms. So 6m minus 5 is equal to 6m plus 7. Take a close look at this. Do you see anything particular? 6m and 6m. No, this is not an identity, definitely not. Let's say I'm solving, so I subtract 6m and I subtract 6m. So I've got 0m, which means 0, minus 5 is equal to 7. So 0 minus 5 is negative 5, and negative 5 is equal to 7. Is that true? This is not true. This means that this equation has no solution. If we have 9 plus 5n equal to 5n minus 1. Can anybody tell anything from looking at this? It has no solution. Why?
Because 9 plus 7 5n. Because there's 2 5.
Okay, the 5n and the 5n we know are equal, right? But is 9 equal to negative 1?
No.
So therefore we already know there is no solution. Yes, ma'am. So the question was that if instead of a negative 1 we had a 9, what would this be? It would be an identity. But in this case, the way this equation is written, it has no solution. Because if I go on to subtract 5n from both sides, I end up with 0, 0n. So 9 plus 0 is equal to negative 1. 9 is equal to negative 1. That's not true. Therefore, the equation has no solution.